Good evening. This is the video newsletter for Buy Sell Short for Tuesday, December 14th. Market continued its breakout. As you can see, looking at the Dow 15-minute chart over the last few days, we are up 150 points. So all the naysayers saying the market wasn't going to break out, as usual, were wrong. However, over the last couple of days, been really, really sleepy, especially on the volume in tech stocks. And not a whole lot of things have been moving. It's been one of the most boring periods I've seen in quite a while. Looking at the 15-minute chart, you can see after the Fed meeting came out, we had a little bit of a sell off. Absolutely nothing new with regards to the Fed today. No change on anything. QE2 is still a go. It was actually kind of funny reading some of the headlines before the Fed meeting about traders, i.e., shorts, trying to scare the market, saying the Fed might pull back on its QE2. Give me a break. The Fed moves like molasses. Whenever they make a decision, it takes a long time for them to reverse that decision. It just doesn't happen because we get a couple of good economic reports over a week period. Speaking of economic reports, retail sales come out today, much better than expected. Actually, the best monthly retail sales report in 2+ years, what I was reading just before the video tonight. So we're starting to see things pick up here a little and a little bit of confidence start to move back into the economy. The only thing that continues to lag is job gains. But I'm thinking, if all these things are lined up like they are right now, we could start to see a lot of jobs get created next quarter. So let's see how we act. Looking at the 15-minute chart right now, you can see support is around 10 or 11,450. We are oversold on the near-term chart, so we could see a little bounce back tomorrow. Looking at the daily chart, we got our double top breakout, but again, actually we get a better idea on the SMH. One of the things I've been mentioning, volume has just been terrible over the last couple of days. No real action at all. Partly probably because of the Fed meeting today. Traders not willing to make any bets ahead of the Fed meeting just in case there's a curveball. There was not, so that's off the radar now. We do have options expiration this week, so we probably will see volume hopefully start to pick up over the next few days. But you can see here on the SMH over the last week or so, volume just continues to drop, drop, and drop. We did 5 million shares yesterday, 5 million shares today on the SMH. This is an ETF that typically averages 15 to 20 million a day. So volume really, really low on this one. Daily chart, breakout is a go. Next resistance 10,700 and then 12,000. US dollar did break down as I surmised it would in the Sunday video. We got a little bit of a snapback there after the Fed meeting, so it'll be interesting to see how that reacts tomorrow. Again, dollar pop, market drop is essentially our mantra for right now. So we want to see that dollar push down to the 50-day moving average and give us some steam for a rally into Christmas next week. Stock plays. HNSN. This was our play on Friday as a January popper play. We were looking for a move back to the 20-day exponential. That is at 142, was 143 when we called it on Friday. 143 to 150 and then 160 plus for our targets. As you can see from the chart, very nice breakout. We timed this bottom perfect, just like we did on CNXT, OPXT, and FCEL last week. So nice little pop, first target hit. RSI trying to break 50, positive MACD cross. We got our stochastics buy indicator, positive ADX cross looking really, really good. So this is one that might be good to add on dips under $1.40 for that secondary target up there at the 50-day moving average, 158. MCZ, you recall we jumped into another position in this one last week at 90 cents, and we continued our breakout move today. 105 sets it free. If it was not Fed day, we probably would have seen this one really explode. Volume very nice again. As you can see, MCZ has been riding that 8-day moving average up really since the mid-November breakout, and that support right now is 94.95 cents. Next target on this one, $1.20. IMOS. This is a stock we've been watching for a couple of weeks. We got that very nice breakout there on Friday, and we're starting to see this happen, which is why we're going to revert back to our strategy that's working right now, buying bottomed out stocks for the December January pop. Breakout plays, they're only breaking out, but they're not breaking out like they should. Look at IMOS. Nice little breakout. Got the retrace. Should have bounced back. Did not. Now, be interesting to see how this one acts tomorrow. If it does see a little bit lower and if it bounces off that 20-day exponential, it might be a buy on a re-break of the 155 area. DSCM, same sort of thing. Nice little breakout. Should have broke into the twos. Did not, and has been easing back over the last couple of sessions. So, for now, we're going to stick on focusing on January popper plays only until we start seeing some of these breakout plays give more than a few cents on the upside. TRID. This is about as coiled as a chart gets. Obvious tax sellers still in this stock, crazily enough, but they should be almost washed out now. Remember, this is about when these January popper stops really start to get their move and groove going. Breakout is a close above the 20-day. That is at $1.84. We've got possible downside resistance to the 200-day moving average, but the strategy on these January popper plays, and I know some of you guys are going, our plays aren't moving right now. You enter a half position, especially this time of year. We expect these plays, if they haven't bottomed out, we're not going to nail the bottom on every single stock. We're not going to, be rock stars like we were in HNSN and absolutely nail the bottom on it. Not going to happen on every play. What we're trying to do is get as close as we can to the bottom before the turnaround period, which is very, very soon. So you got to give yourself some ammo on these January popper plays like TRID to be able to add these dips and start building a position. You don't want to go in full position on your first buy, especially in this market. Really insane, and not how you're supposed to trade these January poppers this kind of year. PSID was rocking and rolling early in the day. Looked like it was finally going to break out, and then whoop, we went from 57 cents down to 53 cents, just like that. A little bit disappointing. Stops continue to be 50 cents on this one, and it looks like we're going to need at that break of the 50-day moving average at 58 cents to finally set this one free. BNX, nice little mover, doing a little retrace like we hoped it would so that we can continue to accumulate this one. Would be adding this one anywhere around the 20-day exponential at 22 cents. Again, exactly what it did last January or December, January, February. We're looking for the same sort of action again this year. Patient, accumulate on dips, January popper play. BLDP, still in play. Should have broke out yesterday. Its peers, FCEL, ACPW, are up huge. But, we had FCEL come out with crappy earnings. It hit target, but it took the sector down today. BLDP, given that it really hasn't run with its peers, really didn't sell off today either. So if you're playing this one, stop still at $1.40. Definite January popper play with eyes on that 50-day moving average up there at $1.61. WEST, volumes really died off on this one, and as you can see over the last few days, really erratic trading. You could see it go from 39 to 42 cents, really on low volume. Any dips on this one around the 36-35 cent area would definitely be considering adding it. This is another January popper play. We're looking for the 50-day moving average plus on it going into January. Quick mention on BSDM. As you can see, this is a stock that got beaten down over the last month and consolidated over the last couple of weeks, looking like a very nice January popper play. And then the stock went kaboom today, up, I believe it's trading 540s and after hours, 40% move. Funny thing is, the news that popped it today was the news that tanked it 2 weeks ago. So would be looking at this one just to see if the crazy don't read press releases or do research traders come into this one tomorrow. But as you can see, this is a stock that has a habit of big moves up and then selling off a day or two later. It's done it a couple of times after big up candles, most recent being back there in early October, big up candle gap the next day, and then sold off over the next couple of days. So let's see how this one acts tomorrow, if it follows the same trend. But if you look at the previous press releases, they actually announced today's news 2 weeks ago, and the stock sold off, and then they made it official today. And for some reason today it popped 40%. The reason being, not much is moving. You got a lot of anxious traders just looking for volume or any sort of price action on a stock to jump in, and that is what you saw on BSDM today. So that's it for the video. Hasn't been a whole lot of calls the last couple of days. There's no point in forcing trades. We're letting these stocks come to us. And, it's about that time where we're going to start nibbling on these plays, even though they haven't bottomed out yet, with expectations of selling them in 2 to 3 weeks into the January move. So that's it for the video tonight. I will see you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Good night.